Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. This is Darren John. If you're new around here, I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years now and love it. But I want to do this video because it is so important and I'm so passionate about it. And this could be interesting. Hi guys, I started off this channel with that very jovial intro for a reason. I've just been watching Danny from Rate My Takeaway, his latest video on his other channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire. And I thought, what a great video. What a fantastic worded video. And I'll tell you why. I know I do mental health videos and some people enjoy them, some people don't. Some people get something from them, some people don't. I understand that. But this particular one, it just hit the nail right on the head. So on point, because he was basically saying that, you know, people that suffer in silence, you know, we can all have a social media platform or any job, in fact, and we can all be this smiley, you know, everything is wonderful persona. And it looks fantastic and it's great because it's very warming to the viewer to see a happy smiley face that seems happy with life. And then Danny mentioned a few things, saying that, you know, how his mental health has been a struggle and how Sophie, his wife, has got him through the darkest times. So it's very important to understand that to have family and friends around you that want to give their support or offer their support even is massive. You know, and he was saying that Sophie has been his rock to get through this last year that's been a struggle for him. You know, we all put a disguise on. You know, I mentioned in other videos that, you know, people say, how are you? And you say, yeah, you know, everything, it's good. And then you carry on. You know, Danny has sought help from professionals, but he said most of all, his wife has been there for him. She's got a full-time job as well. She does all the housework. She does everything, you know, and he recognized that, and he just said that she's still there for him. And, you know, what a great relationship to have. You know, everyone deserves, because I always say I'd like to meet someone that I would like to take care of, but I would like them to take care of me as well, you know, love me back, in other words. Yeah, I mean, I wrote a few notes down as I was watching it, and that hit home as well, that I'm watching a video and I paused it and went and got my notepad because it was that powerful to me. You know, my heart really goes out to him because we all want happiness. We don't want a job that, you know, he even says in this video, he didn't want to go to work anymore because the team he had around him, it just wasn't working for him. So the job became not as he didn't enjoy the job as much as he used to. And I think everyone, we want to get up in the morning and look forward to the day, don't we? We all want that. So wherever we are in the world, whatever we're doing, tomorrow's the unknown. They say tomorrow is a gift, or tomorrow's a mystery. And yes, it is. But we all want tomorrow to come. A friend of mine, Adam, he runs his head honcho in Tenerife for Easy Rider. He reached out to me recently and he said, have you ever thought of doing Buddhism? Because it helps you find yourself, and maybe it help me. It's something I've thought about, and another friend of mine recently, who's currently out here at the moment in Thailand, he mentioned something else that might help me. So it's great to have that circle of friends and family that want to see you succeed. We all want to be happy, and I want to see my friends and family happy and succeed in whatever they do. And why it was such a great video as well, watching Danny, is to go through dark times like he has, and especially recently, he loved doing what he did, and that is no more. When you keep going and fighting and grafting and wanting to do better, I always strive to do that, and he's done it. He's just announced that he's going to start a new channel with Gary from Gary Eats, and he's excited about it. I think the channel will do amazingly, having them two together. And it actually made me think of, my old times. I used to do a collaboration with a friend of mine, and we had some great times. Unfortunately, we had disagreements and it all stopped, but it just makes you think, that I miss those times. So to see Danny and Gary start a new channel together is great, and it just shows you that you can come out the other side, as it were. I wrote the outcome can be pretty exciting, and Danny's excited about the new channel, and so he should be, because I think they're gonna be all over YouTube doing what they do, doing their food. Was I a big fan of Rate My Takeaway in the beginning? If I'm honest, probably not. But as the time has gone on, when you kind of get to know somebody, you didn't really get to know Danny on Rate My Takeaway. I think he was a little bit limited that way, but since all the controversy has happened, you get to know the real person, and I've warmed to him very much these last few weeks. So I wish him and Gary all the best. But the video really, guys, is just to hit on mental health again. I know I've done probably half a dozen videos on mental health in the 5 years I've been doing YouTube, but which is not many really, but it's so important. You hear different things, different days. You know, even though I've done a mental health video very recently, this one seemed apt to do and put out there, because if I can use someone with a bigger platform to make people aware, then I'll do that. Not in a selfish way, but in a way that maybe a bigger audience might watch and get it. You know, my last video, I had a comment from someone saying they've been really dark lately, and watching my video, it's really helped them. I mean, if I can do that to one person, that's amazing. That I can reach out to someone and they see, like I've just seen in Danny, and it's made me want to do this, because, you know, we can all put on a facade. You know, we can all do that. I wear my heart on my sleeve probably a bit more than some people. So I'm quite honest in how I'm feeling. Whether that's a good thing, I don't know, but that's the way I am. That's the way I've always been. So, you know, if you're not doing great, seek help or some advice, or turn to a friend or family member and get yourself through it. Life can be fantastic. We just need to embrace it and just enjoy it the best we can, because life is far too short. It really is. So I'm going to end by saying I wish Danny and Gary all the best. I'll be watching, and there you go, guys. So as usual, love to Luke, Mia, Mum and Sis back in the UK, and I hope to see you on the next one.